In today's video, we're doing a deep dive into Newmark Homes and trying to figure out why they're struggling to sell currently in Easton Park. We're gonna get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Easton Park real estate expert. If you're thinking of buying or selling property in the Easton Park neighborhood, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date on the latest real estate news. You know, as a teacher for 10 years, I was actually a band director for 10 years before I jumped into real estate. And I found that a lot of the skills and values that drew me to education are helping me succeed in real estate. Honesty, hard work, effective communication, and really caring about other people and specifically my clients is what's helping my clients succeed in this tricky market. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Love to help you and your family find a great home and a great deal in our awesome neighborhood. All of my contact info can be found in the description below. So as I'm talking through all the numbers that we're discussing today, I thought it'd be more interesting for you guys to just see tours of current available Newmark homes. So that's what you're going to be looking at throughout this entire video. It's just me touring through some of their floor plans. And I'll have my editor put some information on there so you can see the floor plan name and price range so you get a sense of what you're looking at. But the way this video came about is because I do a lot of these videos, as you guys know, and I started seeing the same Dongan Drive homes currently for sale. And I know Dongan Drive are Newmark homes in a section of Easton Park called Balboa Park. And I always consistently saw them available. Every week I was looking on the MLS on what's available in Easton Park. I kept seeing Newmark homes. And so I wanted to do this video as almost an experiment for me. Are they actually on market longer than the other builders, or is it just me noticing them, right? Why am I thinking Newmark is on market longer than anyone else? So I did look into some numbers. The average days on market for the 6 primary builders we have in Easton Park is really interesting. So from lowest to highest, and this is the past year data. Lowest to highest, Highland Homes is on market the lowest days at 55. Then it's Brookfield at 67 days, average days on market. Then it's Perry, 81 days. Then it's Pacesetter, 102 days. Then it jumps to Newmark at 169 days. But Newmark's actually not the highest. The highest is Taylor Morrison, which surprised me, at 185 days on market. Again, this is average for the past year. Now, I did a little bit more digging because I was surprised to see Taylor Morrison there. And I figured that one out pretty quick. Taylor Morrison this past year, they were just pricing super aggressive. And you can see when you look at the homes that sold, if you look at the history, it was not rare to see a home drop over $100,000 over the course of 6 to 12 months on market with them. So I think their average days on market is higher mainly because they were just pricing way above where they should have been in the first place. So Newmark isn't overpricing though. And so let's dig into why potentially they've been on market or struggling more than the other builders. All right, so let's talk about the pros and cons of Newmark homes. So let's start with the cons. First one that comes to mind for me is the courtyard layout. Newmark and Pacesetter are the 2 builders in Easton Park that do the courtyard layout. And what that means is the house is it's very long. And then instead of a typical backyard, your yard is off to the corner and you have a courtyard patio in the middle. So you lose privacy because most of the time your courtyard is facing your neighbor's courtyard. And so you're just staring at each other and there's nothing but large windows right between your living room. So literally you're staring at each other. But secondly, if you have dogs like I do, it's a walk around the house to get to the yard because there's very little yard in that courtyard space. So the layout isn't for everybody, which I completely understand. You're also a shared driveway. And so you have your own driveway. All the homes you're seeing in this video are 2-car garages. So you have 2-car driveways, but it is a long shared driveway to get there. And so I can tell you from experience, my first house in Easton Park was a Brookfield courtyard home, and we had shared driveways. And you lose some street parking space whenever you have guests over. I actually had an unpleasant neighbor who was upset with my friend who parked on the street in front of his house, which you're allowed to park on the street anywhere. It wasn't blocking him from getting into his house or anything like that. But when you have these shared situations, sometimes people feel like, well, no, this is my part of the street and that's your part of the street. So you lose a little bit of street parking there when you have guests over. The last thing I'll say that's a con in my mind, I think it's one of the bigger cons for Newmark, is where they're building right now. So they're building in Balboa Park, which if you look at a map of Easton Park, Balboa is the southern tip right now. Now, Easton Park's going to be building until 2037, and it's all south. So in 2037, Balboa Park will be central, will be right in the middle. But if you go there right now, it seems like you're in the middle of nowhere. And I'm sure if someone is using a realtor or not using a realtor that's unfamiliar with this neighborhood, they're going to see Balboa and go, I'm away from everything. I'm away from the amenity center. I'm away from all the trails that drew me to Easton Park. I don't want to live here, because they don't know the future of that area. So right now it just feels secluded. Now the pros, the first one is price per square foot is extremely competitive with Newmark. I dug into the numbers, and for their available homes right now, the average price per square foot is $224. For that context, in the past year, the average for similarly sized closed new builds in Easton Park is $229. So right off the bat, it's $5 lower on average from closed prices, but then you dig even deeper, and Newmark on average is accepting offers 3.1% lower than their list price, right? And that with this price range is roughly $18,000. So the numbers you're seeing on screen for the list price of that home, drop it by about $18,000. And that's what Newmark is typically accepting. So price per square foot and price overall is extremely competitive compared to similarly sized homes. Also, a lot of or I should say a couple of their floor plans have casitas, the detached kind of studio apartment. And so that's really great for a lot of people who use those for Airbnb. The HOA doesn't allow you to use your primary residence as an Airbnb, but if you have a room, they're not going to stop you from doing that. And you can go on Airbnb right now and look at Easton Park. There's a ton of them, right? And so that can help when we have, ACL or South by Southwest or, Formula One come into town. A lot of people are coming to Austin. You can rent that casita out. They're not coming into your main house, and you make a little bit of extra cash on that. So that's definitely a pro in my mind, specifically that specific floor plan. And then the last thing I'll say is their incentives. Every builder has decent incentives right now. Newmark is offering some good stuff. They're offering 2-1 buy downs, meaning you pay less per month the first year, a little bit more the second year, and then you're fixed the third year and onward. And so that can help if that's a big struggle for you right now. It's just getting the lowest monthly payment. But I've also had success with, particularly my clients, they don't usually go the 2-1 buy down route. They usually, however much that costs the builder to do the 2-1 buy down, they just get a low interest rate and all their closing costs paid. And so that's great. I'd rather save $10,000, $15,000 out of pocket up front and only worry about my down payment instead of saving $100 a month on the first year's mortgage payment. So those are some of the pros that I definitely think shouldn't be forgotten about Newmark. So after doing this research, my final verdict on why Newmark is sitting on market longer than its rival builders in Easton Park, it really comes down to those three things. Number one, they just have small inventory, lack of floor plans. They only have 6 homes currently for sale right now. Put that in context, Perry has 19 homes currently for sale. Brookfield has 37 homes currently for sale, because both those builders offer a wide variety of product. With Newmark, you only have 6 to look at, and so very few floor plans that may potentially work for you. The second thing is just, it's a unique product, right? Being a courtyard home, as I said, only Pacesetter and Newmark have this, and then obviously Brookfield has the very small courtyard homes. I wouldn't compare them to those. So it's just unique, right? Having that shared driveway, having the courtyard style patio, the tucked away yard, the limited privacy is definitely something that a lot of people just don't gel with, and they don't want to move forward with that layout. And then finally, the Balboa Park, it's tucked away back there. And if you think about current construction, every other builder is either building in Pilot Park or Prospect Park. And so if someone comes to check out Easton Park, they may completely miss Balboa because it's just completely away from everyone else. And Newmark is only building there, and they're the only builder building there right now. So I don't think they're getting a lot of foot traffic purely because of where they're situated right now. So I think those are definitely the reasons why that they are struggling. I'm glad to know I'm not going crazy when I see the same addresses and I'm thinking, is it just me or is this real? They definitely are on market quite a bit longer, but personally, when I see that, I think good deals can potentially be made there. I think a lot of times people get concerns for no real reason when they see a house, that's been on market for 200 days. Probably your first thought is, what's wrong with it, right? In this market, it could just be it's a slow market, right? And there's things out of the builder's control, location of where they're placed currently doesn't look great, but it will be super easy access to Slaughter Lane in a couple of years. These things, people just don't have access to that information, or they're not using a realtor that knows kind of future plans of that area. So there's a lot of reasons why a house isn't selling. It's not necessarily there's something wrong with the house. So I think there's definitely a potential great deals to be had here in Newmark. So if you are considering, or you know someone considering buying a house, either in Easton Park or the greater Austin area, make sure you are using a qualified realtor that's going to not just help you find a house, but make you understand the pros and cons of the house, of the neighborhood, of the location, the timing of your purchase. Is this good for your lifestyle? You want someone that's going to be your personal advisor, really. And that's how I see myself. I don't know if I've ever actually sold anyone a house. I'm not a salesman. I've never wanted to be a salesman. The reason I made the switch as an educator into real estate, a lot of personal reasons, mainly came down to it was too much time away from my family. And my mom passed away, and that made me kind of reshift my thinking of my priorities in life. And so real estate was a nice avenue to do that. But I was hesitant at first because I don't want to sell people stuff. I like helping people. That's what drew me to education. And I still feel that way, and I still work that way as a realtor. So if you are looking for someone to be your trusted advisor in real estate and help you make good financial decisions and life decisions with real estate purchases, you can always give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. I'd love to help you get to know you and your family, your needs, what you're looking for, and make it work for you. Until next time, I hope to see you guys around the neighborhood.